Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna have a little chat about spring and I guess summer trends as I'm wearing the most un-spring and summer outfit ever. I don't know what drew me to put on this black top. It was comfy, I saw it lying around and I needed to get dressed for a video, so I figured let's just throw it on. But honestly, I don't like what my hair's doing. Let's just take it out. I don't know why I left it in like that. Okay, that feels a lot better. We know, new season, new trends. I'm not the person that also always stays up on trends like 99% of the time. I pick and choose which trends I like, which ones that are, I guess, reasonable for my closet, because I like to rewear a lot of my stuff. I don't like trying to add new stuff to my closet because then I have to make space for it, and my closet is packed to the brim already. So I only ever buy things if I feel like there's a hole, if I want to grow a collection a little bit more, or it's just something I've just had my eye on for a while. You guys know me. I don't cling to trends as quickly as I used to when I was younger. I still have fun looking at them and getting inspired online, especially now that I'm at that age where my mom was not lying when I was younger, saying that like fashion is cyclical, it's gonna come back. Whatever I was wearing back then was trendy when she was wearing it in like the 70s. They're not wrong. There are some very popular trends right now that are cycling back from like the 90s and 2000s. I'm like getting a whiplash from, because it feels like this is literally reliving my childhood. So we can just segue that into the very first trend that I noticed, which are bubble skirts. Oh my god. If you guys lived in the late 90s and early 2000s, then you will remember how popular bubble skirts are. I think I may still have a couple at home, which is why I do not need to go out and buy them again. It's a very simple silhouette. It's not anything that like changes up over time. A bubble skirt is a bubble skirt. Now, we wore them as like skirts. I see a lot of them nowadays that are attached as like dresses, like a full cotton dress with just like a bubble skirt hem at the bottom. I have quite a few. Granted, they were not the cutest colors. I think I had some pink ones from Garage. Garage was like the hugest supplier of bubble skirts ever when I was a kid. Like they were the go-to for cute clothes like that. And I may have had some from like really old Aritzia dresses that I had way back when I was like a tween. I personally, for myself, don't think I'm gonna run out and buy a new one immediately because I don't see a lot of longevity in that. It is a trend. It is cute. I like how people are styling it with like bubble skirts and like a blazer or a bubble skirt and a cardigan. Very different from how we wore it back then. We just literally wore it as like a skirt with like a really long t-shirt, like a graphic tee with like lots of sparkles and glitter on it. It's not really my cup of tea now. So if I can manage to unearth one from my parents' house from when I was younger, then I may wear it. If not, then it will gladly be a trend that I think I can skip, because it feels more like a micro trend than a long-term trend that's gonna play out over a couple of years, like the way vests have been. So it's gonna be a skip for me. Next up are mesh flats. Now, I recently started getting back into flats again. I absolutely detest stilettos. I have really weak ankles, so I just can't wear them. So anytime flat anything is trending and in, I'm here for it. I know we're slowly getting into like flat and flatter territory, because over the past couple of years, it's always been like kitten heels. And now that we're full on into flats, I have pulled out my Prada flats that I have not worn in almost 5 years for the first time ever, and they're pointy. So weirdly enough, they're very on trend right now with everything that I'm wearing. I love them. They're really cute. But my feet have also grown since I've had Harrison, and I noticed that they give me blisters now. Before, they used to be like perfect. So now I think I have to go maybe get them stretched or just loosen them up a little bit by wearing them a little bit more and softening the leather so that I can fit into them again. I like flats. I feel like mesh flats might be a little bit too much of a trend at the moment. It's not as micro trend as a bubble skirt, but I think the longevity of it in the fashion cycle will probably stay within that same time range. You're seeing it a lot with more of like, I would say like the high fashion girlies, and it may eventually trickle down a little bit more to like everyday contemporary wear or like fast fashion. I am seeing it in some fast fashion like some H&M and Mango now, but they were first popularized, I believe, by Alaya with like the glitter ones and then the mesh ones, and now like the mesh is everywhere. I grew up wearing mesh flats as a child in an Asian household, not necessarily flats, but like mesh mules you just like shove your foot into, and they had like the little rhinestone butterflies on the top. They were cute, but I always got made fun of them as a kid. So I feel like for some reason for me, the image of mesh flats invokes a sentiment of that time in my life that I'm not the fondest with, but I do like the Alaya ones and the Limon Barrel ones that have like a little Mary Jane strap over the front. So I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'm gonna jump onto that train. I am tempted to, because flats are so comfortable and you can wear them around everywhere. You can wear them up and down, mix them and match them with like casual outfits to more formal ones. So I am very tempted to jump on the train, but there is a specific design and style that I want, and if I cannot get my hands on it, then I probably won't jump on it. But yeah, I'm like 50-50 with mesh flats, even though they do look cute. I just don't really know what kind of longevity they're gonna have, and if investing and purchasing into this trend will be something that pays off for me, or if it's just gonna be a total waste of money. So let me know your thoughts on that, because I'm like 50-50 on either way. Another thing that's like coming back to haunt me from my childhood, capri pants. In particular, black high-waisted slim capri pants. Okay, so those were like the hugest trend. I still think I actually have a couple. I have a pair of workout black ones here that I could probably swing to make that trend look cute, but it's like high-waisted black capri pants with like a bustier or like a corset is like the really popular look right now. I don't know how I feel about that because as cute as it was, it's also giving very like, I don't know, Mean Girls, early 2000s vibes that I just didn't really connect with because that was not the best time of my life. Although it does look cute on some people, it has like a very effortless look. If you wear that with black ballet flats, tie your hair up with a scarf, it's very giving like European summer chic. So I can see it swaying both ways. I think that one would be a trend that I wouldn't necessarily invest a lot of money into. It's gonna be like not a micro trend, but a faster trend than say like oversized blazers or vests. So I think it'd probably only be around for like a summer or two at most before it goes out. So I don't recommend investing too much money into that. Get it somewhere cute, get a pair of like black pants that you already own, cut them off into capri length, and then you have them ready to go, or thrift them. Those capris are literally on the market everywhere. They were popular in the 70s, they were popular again in the 2000s, and they are popular again now in the mid 2020s. Yeah, I don't think you have to buy them brand new. If you can thrift them, definitely thrift them. It is such an easy silhouette to find that you do not need to spend a lot of money on it. And also just like a little bit better for the environment if you were to buy a pair and give it new life as opposed to buying a brand new one and encouraging all these fast fashion brands to keep pumping them out. This is another one that is a timeless silhouette, but I have a contentious take on it. So empire waists are apparently back in again. I feel like we're just like bored of our waistline. We're either like raising it or dropping it wherever we want. Drop waists are also really popular, but back to the empire waist. I don't love it just because I feel like it makes me look pregnant. I do not have the biggest boobs, so whenever I wear anything that has an empire waist, I'm pretty flat up here and it just like flounces out down there and it just ends up making me look pregnant. So it's just not something I'm going to gravitate to. I know some people can pull it off really, really well, just not my cup of tea. So I'm not going to personally be investing into that. I have some items at home that already have like slight empire waist to them. So I'll just sit back, relax, and use those outfits and pieces to kind of like style around that trend. But I don't think it's something that I'm like personally drawn to, nor will I gravitate to purchase a brand new piece just to, I guess, fuel that trend in my mind. It's just not something that's jumping out to me too much. Talking about waistlines, peplum is also making a really big comeback for some reason, but it's not like the obvious peplum that we had in like the 2010s where you just have like, whoo, something that comes out at the waist. I've seen some tops kind of just like have a looser cut where it like flares out a little bit. It has like a trumpet waist around here, or skirts that start a little bit fuller and kind of like flare out a little bit, or shirts that have like slight ruffle. It's not an aggressive peplum right now, at least. It's like a very mild peplum and it looks cute because when I think of peplum in my head, I'm thinking of those tops that we wore either to corporate offices or out on Friday and Saturday nights to go clubbing with a really tight mini bandage skirt. That's giving me huge flashbacks, and I feel old doing this now because I know what our parents now feel like whenever they see the younger generation wearing trends that was popular when they were younger. It is such a surreal feeling, like sitting back and like watching this from afar. All you think about in your head is, I used to wear this, I used to wear that, I still have this piece. And you're like, wow, you guys are just wearing what we were wearing before. It's not that trendy. But like, this is the opposite end of the spectrum. I used to be the person to be like, oh my God, it's so trendy, I need it. And now I'm the person to be like, no, that was trendy when I was young. So it's a weird like 180 flip and I just can't really wrap my mind around it. But yeah, peplum, I'm not personally loving too much. I don't think it adds to my wardrobe. It doesn't give me any sort of intrigue or interest. So I personally will be stepping away from that as it goes on. I think it's a classic trend that cycles back. It just doesn't speak to my personal taste and style. If you had asked me this time last year, I would probably have told you that I would not be caught dead in low-rise pants or even like wide leg pants, but strangely enough, wide leg pants have grown on me. I have not really worn jeans quite a bit since like before the pandemic. I was just wearing trousers for the longest time, so I've already strayed away from the skinny silhouette. It is significantly comfier when you have a pair of wide pants because it just doesn't feel like you're in a sausage casing the whole time. I don't think I could ever go back to low-rise jeans. Mid-rise is as low as I'm gonna go because high-waisted just makes me feel secure, comfortable, like tucked in. But I like my mid-rise and I like my wide leg jeans, and I found the perfect pair from Still Here recently, and I just like love the fit, I love the silhouette, the materials are great, it's comfortable. Low rise, like very low rise and baggy like cargo pants are very trendy right now. I personally think it's a little bit too young of a silhouette and a look for myself. Do you wear whatever you want to wear, but for myself, I don't really feel like that fits my MO and the style that I'm curating for myself, so I will not be gravitating towards that. The baggiest jeans that you will find me in are probably those Still Here everyday pairs that I just got from New York recently. I love them, they're comfortable, and they're like just mid-rise enough that it keeps everything hugged into place. I spoke about mesh flats, but also ballet flats are really popular right now. They've been super popular for the past like 2 years or so. I've been breaking out a lot of my flats recently. I finally had the chance to pick up the black Chanel flats when I was in Los Angeles recently. I've tried a variety of black flats so far. I just never found the right fit And these ones are just like perfect for my feet for some reason. Leave it to the Chanel gods to make this style and pair the only ones that fit my feet out of all the other affordable brands that I could be purchasing from. I digress. I've always wanted them. I love them and I'm very happy. I almost pulled the plug and bought a pair of vintage ones, but buying vintage shoes also always gives me like a slight ick, especially flats, because a lot of people wear them without any socks on. Like, I mean, I do with mine, but yeah, I just wasn't sure about that. So I'm glad that I pulled the trigger and bought a brand new pair for myself. But flats are really trendy right now. It has like that casual kind of like look to it. If you're gonna be wearing it with jeans, you need to wear them with like, I think a larger legs, like something that's like wide legged. You can wear them with skinnies, but it just doesn't give the same look. And it also looks really cute in the summer with like a long maxi dress, like a nice linen cotton slinky summer dress. I think that's really chic, comfortable for every day when you're going around. You don't have to wear heels. You don't have to wear kitten heels or anything open toe. It gives you full protection, looks sleek, casual, timeless. Ballet flats, I'm a huge fan of them. They were really popular when I was young too, and they like constantly cycle back. It is such a timeless silhouette and it's comfy. So I am definitely on this trend and taking out all of my ballet flats that I used to wear, like my Pradas, and giving them a second life now. Polos and collars are also a really big thing. I don't know what's going on right now that everybody loves a nice little polo. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my little Ralph Lauren sweaters. I like a little knit intarsia sweater that has like a fake collar that's like knit up here. It just looks very smart pulled together. I've always loved collars. I've never been personally a fan of polos, although I can see why people like it. It has that like really preppy chic look, and I can definitely get on that bandwagon, but I think it might be a little bit too much for me. And unless I have a use case scenario for it, like if I'm going to be playing golf or like tennis or something that warrants a collar, I don't think I'm going to necessarily be going out there and purchasing a collared shirt that's a polo unless it's a button up and something that I can wear all the time. It's a timeless silhouette for sure, but it's just not part of my personal style and repertoire. So I will not be purchasing any new polos and collars, even though I have been seeing them like everywhere on the runways and all over styling recommendations for spring, summer of this year. Sheer dresses and skirts are also still really popular. They've been popular for quite a while now, I believe since like early last year. Skirts are easier to manage because if you want, you can get a maxi length and pull it up and make it like a tube dress. As long as you wear the appropriate intimates underneath, it can cover quite a bit. I love seeing texture on sheer dresses and skirts too, like when they have sequins sewn onto it or different types of like lace or like, I don't even know how to explain it, like the glitter thread just like weaving through it. It is beautiful. I have a few pieces of my own. I love them. I think it's a really fun and quirky way to spark up an outfit, especially if you're gonna be wearing something that's a little bit more like cocktail chic or you want like a party vibe, because a lot of the times these dresses and skirts seem to be like full length versions of like the regular trendy shorter styles. I think it kind of gives way to like the sexiness and kind of like the mystique of seeing what's under there without really seeing anything underneath, because you are wearing intimates and it's like a full length anyway. So I personally like them. I have a couple of my own because it was never really something that was part of my closet, but I think I'm at a point where I'm happy with the pieces that I have and I would not necessarily add more because they're very occasion specific pieces of items that I don't wear every day. And if I'm not going to wear it every day, I don't want to get too many, just like one or two for me to rotate off in and out, and that's more than enough for me. And then the last trend that I'm seeing a lot of are long silhouettes. So like really long, exaggerated vertical versions of whatever you're wearing. So that goes in line with a drop waist. I'm seeing a lot of drop waist dresses with long voluminous skirts, seeing really long vests as well. Like a really trendy one from Reformation is the very long one that has like an upside down V-shape cutout where the flaps go over each other. I got one custom made when I was in Vietnam and I love it. I think it does wonders for elongating your body and your torso and your proportions and making you seem a little bit taller than you actually are. When they are styled in the right way, it can look really, really flattering on anybody, but you just have to make sure you're getting the right proportions, pairing it together with the tops and the bottoms and the right shoes. I would either say pair it with a maxi skirt or a pair of jeans. I really liked my Still Here jeans with my really long blue vest and then my Prada flats that are also pointed toe. It just helps to elongate and accentuate the entire like vertical shape. When the eye is drawn to the figure, you're seeing like a really long, just like it lengthens you out, okay? It's like a silhouette for the eye. So I think it's a very flattering silhouette. It's also really relaxed too. It denotes an air of like class and timelessness, but with some casualty to it. So it doesn't seem too pretentious. I really like it in knits. I've seen a couple of knit vests that are like really long with flowy palazzo pants. It just looks so relaxing and comfortable, and it exudes like a beachside vibe that I want to be a part of. So I'm a huge fan of that. I think also too, I've seen this style on more mature individuals and it's now drifting down a little bit into the younger generations, which I'm a fan of because I don't know, I like it when you can see fashion pass through like different age groups, and it just makes it really easy for you to mix and match what you wear. It just looks really chic and elegant and put together. So that is definitely a trend that I'm on board with, and I've noticed myself gravitating towards longer pieces anyways that already accentuate silhouettes. So I'm just like pulling items from my closet out, and it doesn't feel like I'm spending that much more money to buy brand new items to fit into that trend. And I think it's a timeless trend that will never fully go away. It's just being accentuated and put on a pedestal at the moment. Those are the current top 10 trends that I'm noticing a lot for spring summer of 2024. Let me know your thoughts, and if I missed out on any trends that you guys have seen rising everywhere between like Pinterest and TikTok and on the major runways. I'd like to know your opinions on any of these ones. Do you dislike the same ones that I dislike? Would you jump on all of them? Are there only certain ones that you like? Anything that I missed, anything that I stated that you do not agree with and you don't think it's a trend? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I love discussing fashion, so anytime I can, I like to jump in. But in the meantime, I really appreciate you guys coming back and watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me. Your unwavering support is definitely not noticed and very appreciated. And if you guys want to see more of me, if you're not getting enough of me on YouTube, you can always find me on Instagram and TikTok right here. I come back every week on Thursdays at 7 p.m. EST with a new video, or at least I try to if I'm not traveling. But thank you so much for coming back and watching the video today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day. Love you. Bye.